What's going on, everyone? I am back here with another video for you guys today, and today I'm going to be giving you guys a tour of the PlayStation 4's home screen user interface, and basically just going over everything that the home screen and overall UI has to offer. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started. So I'm going to go ahead and turn on the PS4 now. There we are. There's the PlayStation logo. Alright. So here is the login screen. This is essentially the screen that you'll see excuse me, every time you boot up your PlayStation 4. So this is where all of the users will be set, and I only have one user currently because I'm the only user of this PS4 console. So I don't need to have any more users, but for those of you that do have more than one user for one system, you can easily go right here and add a new user and then go through the whole setup process of choosing a username and getting it all set up and signing into the PlayStation Network. So really cool. And also, as you can see down there in the bottom left hand corner, if you have a PlayStation camera connected, it can search for registered faces and basically get facial recognition and log you in by it recognizing your face. So if you have like several users, you don't have to worry about sifting through all the different users. You can just show the camera your face, and then it'll log you straight in, and you're good to go from there. So that's pretty cool. So I'm going to go ahead and log into this account here because this is my account. Go ahead and press X. Alright, so here is the main home screen for the PlayStation 4. So I'm going to just go through and list everything here. So first off, we have the What's New tab. So this is essentially where all of the activities that your friends will be doing and any new content from PlayStation Store will show up here as well. Let's dim that down a bit. Okay. And then anything you have posted, such as a video, and this is a video I posted here about Call of Duty Ghosts. It was just a test, but it's pretty cool, and then you can post screenshots and everything like that. So it's a pretty cool social integrated section here to see what everyone's doing. It's pretty useful. And then we have your basically all of the games that you have installed recently. So every single game that you download off the PlayStation Store or any disc-based game you install to the hard drive will show up on this main scrolling bar here. So any game that you have will show up here on this section. So first, of course, here's Call of Duty Ghosts. So your recently played game will show up right next to the What's New tab. So this is my most recently played game, so this is where it's going to show up. And then we have the internet browser, which I will get into a little bit more detail later in the video. And then we have some more games. Then we have the TV and video tab, which this is where all of your TV and video applications will be installed to, such as Netflix, Redbox, NBA, Crackle, all those good applications and stuff there. This is where they'll show up. But one thing I do find odd is the fact that YouTube is not present on the PS4 at this time. I know that there will be a YouTube app later within probably the next few months, but it's kind of odd to me that they didn't put one out there on launch day. So I find that a bit odd. But anyway, this is where your TV and video apps will be. Then we have more games. And then you have Music Unlimited, which is Sony's music subscription service, which I don't ever use. Then we have Live from PlayStation, which this is a cool little tab here where you can essentially see all of the live broadcasting feeds that PlayStation users are currently broadcasting. So you can sort it via Twitch or Ustream, or you can find interactive live streams, or you can just click the live tab and get a view of every single live stream that is currently happening at this point in time. So, pretty cool thing here. It's really cool, and it lets you interact with other PlayStation users in the PlayStation community, and just it's pretty cool. And then you have a search tab to search for keywords, which is pretty cool there. So that's a cool tab. And then we have more games. And then we have the Playroom. The Playroom is basically a hardware demo for the PlayStation camera. It lets you try out the PlayStation camera and see what it has to offer, which is pretty cool. And the Playroom is installed on every PlayStation 4 console, so you can it's pre-installed, so you don't have to worry about downloading it. And then if you want to get information about a current game that you are looking at, you can just press down on the D-pad like so, and it'll take you to the information tab, where you can get an overview, recent activities, and then related add-ons or related items, which shows your add-ons. And then you can like it if you're signed into Facebook, and then you can rate it depending on your rating. So that's pretty cool. And then we have Video Unlimited, which is Sony's video subscription service, just like Music Unlimited. And then we have the Library, which is the section where you can group every application and game that you have downloaded, and you can just group it all into one section and see them all here. And then one thing to note, as you can see down on the Battlefield 4 here, you can see a little disc icon in the bottom left hand or bottom right hand corner of the game icon. You can see there's a disc icon that lets you know that that's a disc-based game, and for the games that don't have that, of course those aren't disc-based games, so that's just a little thing to point out there. So that's basically the main screen here where all of your games are. Now, if you want to get to core system functionality, you just go and hit up on the D-pad, and you are brought to somewhat of an XMB-like menu. This is kind of what it resembles. So we have the PlayStation Store, notifications, friends, messages, party chat, which is new to the PlayStation 4, which is pretty cool. Your profile, trophies, settings, and then power. So I'm not going to go in the PlayStation Store because you guys get the point of that. It's the PlayStation Store that we all are used to and everything. But then we have notifications here. So if you go into there, you can group and see all of the notifications that you have received recently. So this is your main notifications tab here, so you can see what's happened lately. And then you have invitations, game invitations essentially, game alerts, downloads, so you can view all of your downloads that you have currently downloading. And you have all of your uploads, so you can see what is being uploaded to either the online storage or to Facebook or Twitter. So that's pretty cool. So then we have friends, which I'm not going to completely go into there because it'll show all my friends, and I don't want to show all of them. The friends that you're seeing there are not worried about being shown on TV or the YouTube. But anyway, yeah, that's friends. And then we have messages. Create a message, and then you can go in to here and get your view your message thread. And then right over here you can see who is in the group message, or you can add a player, which is pretty cool. So you can have all of your messages in this thread and see what's going on. Then you can enter a message here. As you can see here, you can type it in. What's cool is you can use a little circle cursor, which is interesting. But anyway, there's that, and then you can also hit this button here and select a screenshot from one of your in-game screenshots, or you can record a voice message, which is also new to the PlayStation 4. This is something that the Xbox 360 had for a while, and the PS3 never got it, so it's cool that the PS4 now has that. So essentially that's messages. It's pretty cool. And then you can hit options if you want to get some options for this message here, you can refresh or delete the thread altogether. It's pretty cool. So that's messages. Party chat, I don't have any chats going currently, but you can create a party and invite friends, and it's cross-game chat, by the way, so you don't have to be in a certain game for this to work. So that's pretty cool. And then we have profile, which has all of your profile information showing your trophies, recent activities, your about me section, and then your friends section, introduction, all that good stuff. And then you can edit your profile, privacy settings, and then view all of your recent captures from games that you have captured in, or shared from, actually. So that's pretty cool. You can check out all of your captures here and then share them to whatever social media site you prefer. So that's pretty cool. And also, a thing actually I forgot to mention is you can actually trim and edit the captures, so you can trim it down to a certain amount or length that you want, which is pretty cool. So that's profile. Now we have trophies, which this is just your trophy section to view all of your trophies that you have recently earned on all three of your major Sony consoles. So it'll show trophies for the PS Vita, PS3, as well as the PS4. So you can view trophies for all of your main consoles that you have. So it's pretty cool. So yeah, that's trophies. I accidentally clicked back into it again. And then we have settings, so I'll go in that just a second after I show power. So lastly, we have power here. So this gives you the option to log out of the PlayStation 4 altogether, enter standby mode, or turn off the PS4 completely, closing all applications and just cutting off the power altogether. So that's good. Like it says, if you want to unplug it, this is the option you need to click. So now, settings, we have quite a few settings in here. We have user's guide, data handling, and health and safety, which I'm not sure what data handling is, but health and safety is, of course, the health and safety guide. Then we have PSN, is where you can sign in and out of your network, or your account, getting account information, activate as your primary PS4. So if this is your only PS4 that you'll be using, you can activate it to be your primary, restore your licenses, privacy settings, and then link with other services. And essentially this is where you would sign in to Facebook and Twitter. As you can see here, you can change settings for your Facebook and Twitter account. So that's pretty cool. And then we have overall system notifications. So these are essentially the screen notifications that'll pop up on either the left or right side of your screen, letting you know what's happening. So you can either turn on or off your preferred notification. It's pretty cool. Then we have login notifications, where you can set to automatically log you into a certain profile if you have one profile set. Then you can enable or disable facial recognition if you have a PlayStation camera connected. Then you can manage the face data, which this is where you can add face data or delete face data. So essentially you would want to add face data if you move to a different room or in a different lighting condition. And then you can add a passcode to a certain profile, so you can make sure your profile is secure if you have multiple users on one system. It's pretty cool. And then we have parental controls, pretty straightforward. You just set parental controls for a younger child. Application save data management. This is where you would back up and transfer all of your save games on the system. So pretty cool. You can upload it to the online storage or download it to the system storage. Pretty cool. Then we have system storage management, which this is a really useful thing here. This is essentially, it shows everything that you have installed on your system and shows you how much space it's taking up. And I may have to make this video a part 2. So if I have to make this video a part 2, I'll have to link this video in an annotation and in the description. But hopefully I don't have to do that. But anyway, moving on. We have our applications, captures, and save data manager, or save data essentially. And then down there we have our free space, and then up top it shows the bar of how much we've used and how much space is left, which is pretty cool. And then if you click on one of the tabs, you can see every single thing in your applications tab. So you can view how much space everything is taking up. So say Call of Duty Ghosts is taking up 33 gigabytes on the hard drive, which is quite a lot. So that's a pretty cool thing there. We have System Software Update, which is where, of course, you update the software. Network, pretty straightforward. You can connect to the internet, set up a new network, test the network, and then view the network status. Sound and screen. This is essentially just where you adjust video output settings and display settings, as well as audio settings. Or you can turn on and off keytone and system music. So we can turn that on, and then you can get some background music, which is pretty interesting. And then we have the PlayStation app connection settings. So this is for the PlayStation Companion app that you can get on iPhone and Android. So it's pretty cool. I'll be making a separate video later on how to connect this app to the PlayStation 4. Then we have the PS Vita connection settings, is where you can enable or disable remote play, connect directly via a private local network, or you can add a new device, which is pretty interesting and cool. Then we have video playback settings, where you can adjust the output resolution as well as display closed captions. And then we have devices, where you can adjust Bluetooth devices such as DualShock 4, PlayStation Move, navigation controller, and the wireless keypad. And this wireless keypad is actually the keypad that is for the PS3, so it'll work if you connect it via Bluetooth, which is pretty cool. And then you have audio device settings, so you can adjust settings for headphones, adjust controller settings for speaker volume and vibration, adjust settings for an external keyboard, such as a USB keyboard, adjust settings for PlayStation camera, which it is connected right now, but I have just a piece of paper over the top so it doesn't interfere and try to recognize my face during the video and try to do something weird. But anyway, this is where you'd adjust the PlayStation camera, and then you can turn off a device such as the DualShock 4, which is pretty cool. You can turn off whatever devices you want or currently have connected. Date and time, you can, pretty straightforward, just like the PS3, you can adjust date and time settings. Another pretty straightforward thing, we have adjusting the system language. Power save settings, you can set when the PS4 will auto shut off, as well as adjust when the DualShock 4 will automatically shut off as well. And then you have set functions via standby mode, so you can adjust what will be usable in standby mode. It's pretty cool. Then we have system information, automatic downloads and uploads. If you have this enabled, it'll download game patches and updates while it's in standby mode, which is pretty cool. And then you can turn on or off the voice control function, which that's the little bar. As you can see, let's see if it'll PlayStation. Yeah, it's not want to do it right now, but anyway, that's where you can adjust those settings there. Whoops, wrong spot. And then you can enable or disable HDMI link for devices and TVs that support that. You have your error history, so you can view all of the error codes that have happened recently. And if you need to contact Sony support, you can have your error code ready to go. And you have intellectual property notices, essentially the licenses and everything like that. And then we have initialize PS4, which is you can clear the learning dictionary, restore default settings, delete a user, or initialize the PS4, which would essentially erase the PS4's hard drive and put it back to factory default setting. It's pretty cool. So that's pretty much it of the settings. Now I'm going to quickly go over the interface for PlayStation's voice control. So you can bring it up by pressing L2 on the controller, or just by saying PlayStation. PlayStation. Power. Then you can get stuff here. Back. Then take a screenshot. There you go. As you can see, it took a screenshot. Log in. Log in. There you go. You can tell it to log you into a certain account. And then you can have it say Call of Duty Ghosts, Call of Duty Ghosts, NBA Live 14, Battlefield 4, Battlefield 4, Call of Duty Ghosts. What's new? Okay, but anyway, that's the voice control, so it's pretty useful. It doesn't have a lot of commands, but it'll get there. Sony has said that they'll update the system software to add more voice commands in the near future, which is pretty cool. One thing I actually forgot to show about the voice control is the home screen. So if you are in an application, you can say PlayStation. PlayStation. Okay, it doesn't want to do it in there. Let's try it up here. Home screen. There you go, and anywhere you say home screen, it'll take you back to the home screen here. So, essentially, there you go. That's the entire user interface and home screen of the PlayStation 4 console. This has actually turned out to be a fairly long video. But if you guys enjoyed it, make sure to hit the subscribe button right down there. Thumbs up the video, it's much appreciated. Also, comment below if you have any questions whatsoever. I'll be sure to get back to your guys' questions as soon as I can. And, yeah, that's pretty much it. Actually, before I go, I should point out, up here on the top, you can see a PlayStation Store logo, notification logo, which will show recent notifications, how many friends are online, your profile, your trophy status, and then the time. I forgot to point those things out. But anyway, with that being said, once again, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And yes, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.